Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of Double Track, the second podcast version. And we are joined with two other co-hosts. Co-host Dan.
Hello.
And AK Fisherman again.
AK Fisherman.
And this is the first time we're using Discord to communicate, so we'll see how the quality is. I think it'll be fine. You can understand each other.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Famous last words.
So last week was the first one, and I want to see how people liked it. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, we hate the podcast format. Why is it black? Oh, we want to see things."
That's true.
Yes, this is for people who want something to do, want something to listen to while they're doing something like playing World of Tanks, driving to work. Maybe they're at work, maybe they have a janitorial job, or they just want something to listen to. This is for you guys. It's not for the people who want to watch something. If you want to watch something, I've got all these other videos you can watch on the channel. And
Right.
hopefully...
And one guy asked, where is the podcast? And it was like the video just before the one he watched. It was very
right
interesting
here.
reading
Right
comments. People are fascinating creatures.
Certainly, yeah.
So, do you guys have any interesting stories this week that happened to you in real life?
Pick me.
Pick
me,
yeah.
pick
Tell
me.
us. Tell us. Sing us a
Who's
song
amazing?
about your
Okay.
many adventures.
Okay. Well, you all think that there's nothing to do in Idaho, but this is not true. Besides the potatoes, obviously, which we have many of, by the way.
Yes.
I recently went to this wonderful, beautiful establishment where I threw axes at wood, and it was very satisfying. Might I ask?
So there are not many tree huggers out in Idaho, yeah? Because
No. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Actually, we don't have trees out here. Literally, the city of Boise, quote unquote, the city of trees. Now, unfortunately for the people living in Boise, I have lived other places than Boise, and I can confirm that our trees have all been implanted and exported from other places because it is a desert
it's a
that
desert.
were originally here. Yeah, unless you go to like the mountains hours away. There are literally more trees there than in Boise. So I don't know why Boise got the name Trees City, but yeah. No, there's not. So we chop them instead. We throw axes at them, and your boy did excellent.
And who's my boy?
Me, obviously. Yeah, and there's a real technique to it, really, because first your problem is just getting to the wood, because it's quite heavy. The axes are real axes, and the second problem is all rotation. It's all about the rotation. So often you throw, and you just hit the blunt end, or you hit just the handle, but where it's at is finally just key it in there, just precision, and then bam. And they have like a little bell that you ring every single time that you get a bullseye. Oof, man, that was. I threw many axes. I won many victories that day.
And did you get a prize, or was it just like, hey, congratulations, high five?
I got the admiration from all of my friends for being the best one. Like literally, we'd play like it's like darts basically, but with hatchets, like axes. And first one at 21, and we would get started. And at the beginning, I was like, okay, I'd barely beat them, but by the last round, I'd win within a minute. And they're like, what? I got 2 points. How did you do this? It was very fun.
That sounds like my first experience throwing axes. Oh, I don't remember how long ago this was. This was a long time ago. I was dressed up as Doctor Who.
Oh.
Oh, this is relevant.
Okay, but
Plus the precision.
for precision. And so I'm like, hey, I'll pay $3 to throw some axes, And it's like, oh, this will be
You
fun.
paid
I've never
$3?
thrown- It was like $3. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Dang.
And I took the axe and I threw it, and it hit the dead center of the bullseye. First throw, and I was like, what?
No way.
Then I took the other axe and I threw it, and it hit the same slit I just made right next to them, and they hugged. And then I couldn't stick another one.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. This guy I went with, super muscular, and he kept on just chucking these axes like at lightning speeds. Like it terrified me to even stand next to this guy as he's throwing them because they never stuck. They just bounced back and almost hit us like in the return rebound. That's how hard he was throwing.
You should throw them harder.
But yeah,
So they
it doesn't
stick
go
better.
in that way.
I'm just
Well,
kidding.
yeah. At that point, you're just Max, right. You might as well be throwing a spear or
All
just a
about
stick.
technique.
Yeah, it is. It's all about technique. Because I was just throwing him like a wee babe, just very, weakling.
You know what's
It's all
fun
about the
to
rotation.
throw? Spears.
Yeah.
Yeah, spears. Spartan racing. Oh, those are fun. We got to the spear part of the throw for Spartan race, and we weren't really competing. I mean, technically, if you're in the Spartan race, you are quote unquote competing, and they're keeping track of your time.
It's
But we
true.
were just like, spear throwing is fun. You're only supposed to throw one, but we were just like, let's keep throwing them because there's no one else waiting. Because we were in this group where there wasn't. We just got to a point where there's nobody around us, so we just kept throwing them and throwing them. And it was fun. Because that's different. That's not like an axe where it's technique. I mean, it is technique, but you can throw it as hard as you want because it's one end you're trying to
That's
stick
true.
in, and as long as you're accurate, it'll
Yeah.
stick in. So that one was fun.
That does sound like a lot of fun.
Yes, it was very fun
Anyways.
to watch him do it.
You
Stories.
Did you- were
guys
you- were
got
you
any
watching?
I
weekly
didn't
stories?
see that part, but I saw the rest of it.
I see.
Fortunately, I was still recovering from my surgery. I couldn't run it. But I watched him run
I see.
with his mother. Good, I finished the book.
Oh, that was the mud run.
Oh.
I'm talking about the Spartan race. You weren't at the Spartan race. That's
Oh,
for
no. Okay, I think of the mud run then.
sure. No,
Rip.
no, no. There's no
That awkward
spears at the mud run, Rugged Maniac. That's for winners.
I remember when I was with that event with you friends. Oh, you weren't there. Sorry. We're talking about something else. That's awkward.
Well, they're very similar races.
Kind of. The mud run, the Rugged Maniac is kind of like, it's not as hardcore. Everybody can do it. Anyone can do it. The obstacles are designed so anyone can run them and anyone can succeed.
Anyone?
Pretty much anyone. Yes, anyone. And everybody's
you
there.
did it.
Everyone's there helping everybody. Like if you've fallen. I mean, Spartan race is the same
Apparently,
thing. Will help you.
Dan could not do it.
Dan could not do it. But the Spartan race is a lot more, hardcore. If you fail,
It is.
you have
It
to
is.
do your burpees, your 25 burpees, and they're designed to make you fail. But I was very happy with myself in the Spartan race because there's only one I failed. And it was the last obstacle. It was just a rope climb. That's it. Just climb 20 feet on a rope, which I've done a million times. But it was after 6.5 miles of running and all these other arm exercises, and my arms were dead. I couldn't make it up. And I was sad, so I had to do my burpees.
Interesting. Sounds like excuses, but that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. It is an
Expect
excuse,
better.
my dude.
Yeah. Anyway, back on the stories. I'm
That
sure
was
you
a
have-
story. That's my story.
That was your story?
That's a good story.
Why not?
You said
Like
this
your
week. That
story.
was not this week.
It doesn't matter. It's
That
a
works.
story.
That works. It is a good
We're gonna
story.
be here all day.
Okay, fine. Let's move on to the next segment.
All right. Any adventures in World of Tanks?
Oh, Commander mode came out, and I played one round in Commander, and I whooped the enemy team. So that was kind of fun.
Dude, the commander mode is so easy when you play as the commander. It really is, because you have more troops than them.
Yeah, you just zerg them.
And
Yeah.
you zerg them, and every single one of your AI is doing what you want. You don't have to worry about that straggler who has no clue what he's doing. It's
Yep.
great. Everybody, it's great,
I didn't even know how to control anything, so I thought it would be terrible. But I just have my light tank go scout real quick as I'm moving the rest of my forces around, to a safe location until I know where the enemy is. And actually, I didn't know I was fighting real players at the time. I guess that's how bad they did. But I eventually just killed off half their team and then just captured their base like a boss.
Did you know that you can control your tanks individually?
What?
You could. Yes, you could.
What's
I forget
the
what
point?
button it is. I think it's Y. And so what some people would do is they would keep their tanks off to one side, and then they would drive one at a time, go in, kill as many people, die, and then keep doing that. I hate people who do that.
No way.
Yeah,
That's so much fun. Oh, I'm gonna have to try that. That sounds awesome.
it is. Pretty
Although I'm not sure how. Will that really work though? I feel like if your
No,
team
that
was
never
actually
worked.
functioning as a
That
team.
never
Okay.
would work, but people kept doing it. But
Okay.
the way I would do it is I would control my light tank, always my light tank, and I would just drive
Yeah.
around the light tank, and I would just have my people go around, and I would
Yep.
run in as a distraction and flank and get rear shots and scout.
Can you still control your teammates as your?
Well, you
know-
have to go back, but then you can switch quickly. I forget what button it is. I think it's Y or
Oh,
whatever it
okay.
is. You go boop boop right back.
Interesting.
And while you're controlling a tank, I think it's I forget what button it is exactly. I think it's one of the D-pad buttons. Or X. Oh yeah, because you don't have repair kits. I think it's X and Y. No, X and B.
Okay.
And you can switch immediately to another tank without going into the top-down view. And so,
Huh.
when I'm about to die in one, I'll just switch over to another one, Or when my
Never did.
autoloaders are loaded, what I've done, dude, I've used the Sama SM, which is an autoloading French tank. I've used the Iron Rain, and I've used the T-32A
Oh, wow.
all together. And I go in with the Iron Rain, go 1, 2, 3, then I switch to the Sama, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I switch to the auto and go 1, 2, 3, wherever I want them. It's disgusting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, I got like a message like from my first game playing as a commander, and he said I was a scrub for just keeping all my units together instead of spreading them out.
You're a scrub for
Apparently-
playing the game. How dare you play the
Apparently,
game?
yeah, I beat them, and like they had a chance because I hadn't again I didn't know I was facing real people, so I just thought, oh, of course bots aren't gonna, rescue their cap circle or kill my guys, shoot them. But yeah, I guess they were real people and they were terrible. And then I played a mode in the actual being a tank, the tank team or whatever, and I picked IS-5 Glory naturally.
That's a terrible thing.
And no, it's a great tank.
Okay.
What are you talking about? Actually, no. I went into my defender. My defender.
That's
what
a
I
good
did.
tank.
That's a good tank. I know that. And yeah, I basically just like absorbed all the damage for my team, so that the enemy person felt like they had to zerg me, but I was in the open, so my team just kind of sniped down on all those people, and then we won. I died, but everyone else was alive, and we won. So, yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I liked commander mode. I just wish that it actually, gave me money because I played 2 games and I earned like nothing from it. So, yeah.
I had an interesting game one time. I was playing in my Hellcat 105. I just finished grinding the chisel. Woohoo! I got it. So I'm like, I'm dropping down some tiers. I haven't even played the chisel yet, okay? So I dropped down a few tiers. I'm like, I'm playing the Hellcat 105. I want to play some tier 6s. I'm done with fighting tier 10s. I've been fighting tier 10s the last 4 months in a row.
Yep.
And I'm like, I need something different. So I'm like, okay, Hellcat 105. I grab it, get into a game, tier 8 game. I'm like, that's fine. Abby, every single tank, except 2, went down the left flank, the one with the riverside flank.
Really? That's so fun.
But they got stopped by 3 guys. A
Uh-oh.
defender was one of them.
Oh, yep. Yep.
A
That'll do
T-32
it.
and a
That'll
Chrysler
do
K.
it.
They couldn't push past. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to go hide into a secret spot. We had 2 guys go up the middle. They got killed by whoever went there. And then the other flank was lost. And was like, well, what am I going to do? I know, I'm going to hide in a secret bush I'm going to find. And then an Eradicator Carnarvon with an autoloader put 2 shots at me and I died. And I did 0 damage that game. So that was my adventure.
So somehow you playing high tiers has made you the worst at low tiers. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. Exactly.
Gotcha.
Okay, and then I had this other game, the T-3485M. Oh, I love that tank so much. And I was top tier on Himmelsdorf, and I'm just like, this is going to be fun. And I go the opposite side of Banana, down by the railroad tracks. There's a little nook I like to go in. And
Yep.
from that nook, they have to come around the corner and kill you. And they just kept doing it one by one by one. I was like, okay, eat my DPM, you're dead. Eat my DPM, you're dead. Eat my DPM, you're dead. And it just kept going on.
What tank
and
is
on.
this?
T-3485M. It's got more armor than T-3485. It has the same gun as the T-3485, but better gun handling and a better rate of fire.
Is this tier 6?
Tier 6, medium tank.
Is this the seal clubbing tank?
People
get-
don't realize it is. On PC, everyone realizes how good it is. On console, nobody realizes how good it is. It's one of the
Gotcha.
least played tanks right now. Barely anyone has it.
Interesting.
So, and they just kept coming
Oh,
one by one.
you know
by
what
one.
tank I hear is a good tank to play these days?
The Absolution. One by one by one.
The Object. Oh, I was gonna say Object 279E.
Sure, whatever.
You should give it a try sometime.
Wait, my story's not done. One by one they came. When will they stop? Nobody knows. Finally, I die. And I'm the only one dead on my team. They've lost 8 tanks on Himmelsdorf. And I'm like, there we go. I did my job. I did over 2,000 damage in a tier 6 game where there were 4 top tier 6s. This will be an easy win. No, it was not. There was an Absolution on the enemy team. And we had a platoon of 5-4s who did 200 damage combined. And the Absolution did like 4,000 damage in one of the game.
Ow.
Because it's an
That's
Absolution.
insane.
It's an Absolution, so, what can you do?
Why have they not nerfed that thing?
Because it's a premium tank and people bought it.
To make some money.
I guess the object isn't going anywhere then. Or I guess since people won that, well, I guess people bought it
No,
too.
yeah, people bought it. That's not going to get changed anytime soon.
What about the other premium tier 10s? Like the Chisel is OP.
That could get
you know.
changed. I don't think the Chisel's OP personally. Do
Have you
think
looked at
it's OP?
this armor? You
It's
can't
armor.
penetrate
Yeah,
the
yeah.
side
I
armor.
don't like the mercenary armor on it. Like for sure, get rid of
Yeah.
that because it's so funky. and
Everything else is fine, but
Everything else is
it is
fine, yeah.
funky. It's not skillful. It's luck based,
It is luck based. Exactly.
and I'm okay with a certain amount of luck, but at a certain point it just gets really frustrating. On
Like a super
unnecessary.
Pershing. Super Pershing is fine. That
Yeah.
one's designed
Yeah.
well.
See, thank you. That's an excellent example.
Mhm.
Very excellent example.
So, I think story's done. Yeah, stories.
I believe so.
So I've given you this list, AK. Can we be on a
Okay.
first name basis here? You guys mind that?
Yeah, AK is great. My mother calls me AK. My father calls me AK. But
All right.
All right.
I guess I'll let you call me AK.
Okay. Okay.
All right, okay.
But I have
Yeah.
a list.
Well, not you, Dan.
Oh, I'm sorry. AK Fisher.
There we go. Much better.
Specifically.
It's the top 13. I know it's a random number. I just wanted 13 of them. The top 13 hulls in World of Tanks. And I've made this list. I decided we need a top 10 every video. Okay. Last time it was the top 10 ways to get better at the game. Like this time it's top
Makes
10
sense.
hulls. But I have 3 extras, so top 13. And I know I told you AK, but let's see if any of these surprised him. When you think of really strong armor at tier 10 or tier 9 or tier 8 or whatever, what comes to mind?
The mouse.
Get closer to Mike.
Oh, the mouse. That's a good
mouse.
choice.
The mouse.
Okay.
Oh, the
Anything
Type
else?
5.
Type 5. There we go.
Type 5. Yeah. E500.
E500. I've
Yeah.
never heard of that.
E500.
E100
I believe
or
he called.
T110
I believe
E5.
he
Which one?
means. I think he means Elon.
Elon 100. Ah,
Elon Musk.
Yes.
the Elon 100. It's
Okay, it looks like the
electric.
Cyber
It's
truck.
really good. It's got a computer inside. It's like a computer on tracks.
Oh man, yeah. It's like, why pay $6,000 for a stand from Apple when you can buy
The
a tank
Elon 100.
from Elon Musk?
There you
Yeah.
Let's go.
Cybertruck
So the
does
mouse does not make this list. The mouse is upper plate effective while you're facing it head on with itself. So how this is going to work is it isn't straight raw thickness. Okay, the mouse raw thickness is 200 millimeters. It's the relative thickness. So that means if a mouse were to shoot at itself from 100 meters, shooting dead center of the upper hull. That's how we're doing this. So an E5 shooting an E5, an E50M shooting E50M, an E100 shooting E100. All right, that kind of thing. That's how we're
Okay.
determining this. The mouse is way, way down. It only rates at about 298 millimeters. You
Whoa.
could pen it with tier 10 premium rounds. You could pen it
Yeah.
if you were face hugging it in your lova using your 10 degrees of gun depression.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to test this.
I have tested it actually. This blew my mind when I was looking at the.
AK Fisherman has left the stream.
He's gone. Well, where do you
Yep.
when
Okay,
I
bye.
was looking at this, I had to test it myself, and it did work. It was about a 40% of the time I'd say it went through, but you could go through. And it was like, what
Wow.
is
Not
this?
something you want to rely on.
Not something you want to rely on. But ranked at number 13 at 368 millimeters of effective frontal armor is the Object 260.
That one doesn't surprise me, actually.
You don't even know what that is, do you?
Okay.
No, I'm familiar with the tank.
Oh, in real
I've
life?
seen you play it.
Are you though?
So the Object 260 is a tier 10 free XP tank or reward tank if you're on PC. And if you are facing another Object 260 head on, looking at the center of the hull, of course it's a pike nose, so that gives it a huge advantage, then you will bounce off. Of course it has a huge lower plate, and most tanks are actually taller, so that does negate it. But remember, this is assuming you're fighting yourself.
Yep.
Then it does have 368 millimeters of effective armor. Number
Interesting.
12, I think will surprise you, AK. Because I know this is a pinata in your mind, and I do agree with you. It is. It has a lot of weak
Yes.
spots.
Wait. Let me guess. A pinata
To talk to?
with super nice armor. Nope. Shit. Heavy. I'm curious.
No, hit you. All right. The T110E4, American Tier 10.
What?
Tank destroyer. Yes, the upper hull is actually really, really good. The sides aren't good. The lower plate
What?
isn't good. The turret isn't good. The cupola isn't good. But the upper plate is good.
Dude,
And-
I'll fight a T110E4 any day of the week.
No kidding. Yeah, they're pretty fun to
Oh,
fight. They're like M103s at Tier 10. But it has
Well, I saw your video recently, and apparently they're better. They have cloaking devices.
those.
You can't shoot their cupola.
You can't shoot the cupolas. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
374 millimeters of effective frontal plate armor. And it
Wow.
actually is better than that because of the way it's shaped. It's rounded. So shooting the center is actually the weakest point. Once you start going higher up on the hull or further to the left, closer to the tracks, it actually gets higher by a lot, up to 400s.
Wow.
Now just
Interesting.
5 millimeters more. Sorry, 3 millimeters more. I can't do subtraction. Is the French
Addition?
AMX M454 Super Heavy?
Division.
No,
Multiplication.
no. Subtraction. That's how you.
Algebra?
What tank is this?
What
I've
tank
never
is
even
it?
heard of this tank.
Well, because you've been gone so long, there are super heavies. The French have super heavies.
Wait, the French aren't allowed to have super heavies.
They do. They
Their
have
mission in life is to die and retreat, and then to die again.
They have two.
That's their goal. Oh, before they die, they're allowed to fire like 6 or 7 times, something like that, and then they die. The key point is that they have no armor. That's like the French.
The French way. Oh, if they ankle at all, you can pen them, and you can hash their sides, and they're very easy peasy.
Yeah.
So they still have that.
Yeah.
They just have a lot of frontal armor, because I guess the French wanted some armor in this game. I don't even think these tanks existed. Maybe they did.
Interesting.
But sitting
I'll
at
have to test this.
377 millimeters of effective hull armor.
Huh.
How much you?
377. So now you're finally able to block a T110E3 and T110E4 APCR shell 50% of the time.
50%.
Yeah. After all these
50.
numbers I hear, I think Jaegeru.
Yeah, Jaeger is still just laughing at everybody.
I love that. I love that tank.
All right, now we're in the top 10. Ranked at number 10 is a Tier 9 vehicle. It makes it into this
Whoa.
list.
Wow.
It has 385 millimeters of effective upper hull armor, and it is the 50 TP, the Polish Tier 9 heavy tank.
What?
Really?
It's angled back so far. The issue with the Tier 9 is, yet again, it has a weak lower plate, has really weak side armor. If you angle, you can pen its tracks and its side, and it has a driver's hatch on the front as a weak spot, which is interesting because
All right.
they kind
all
of
right.
stopped doing weak spots on driver's hatches, and then the Polish tanks came out and like, these might be better than the Russians. Ah, weak spot. Front of hull. You can auto lock this
funny.
thing's tank, and you will hit it in the driver's hatch. So that's why
Wait,
nobody ever
Is
considers
it in the center?
It's right, just barely offset on the left. If you're
Huh.
facing it, it's on the right. But
We
yeah,
can't
it
have
goes
anything
right into
better
it.
than Russian tanks.
No, you can't.
Russian tanks the best.
So
Wow.
yeah, there's that. But if you don't hit the weak spot and you're on the same level as this tank, you're gonna have to get through 385 millimeters of armor.
You know, I like that though. I like that. And it reminds me of something. You know, like I bet side scraping that thing is pretty fun. Or
I think
just
side
hide the driver's hatch.
I think
Yeah.
the turret ring is V-shaped, if I'm not mistaken. So I think if you side scrape, they can pen your turret ring. Unfortunately.
Oh wow. Well, yeah. Never mind. Soviet, Russian made game. What do you expect?
All right,
They
number
didn't
9.
like the Polish.
The Americans
For obvious
finally. Oh wait,
reasons.
no, it's the second American tank. The T-110E5 at 407 millimeters of upper plate armor.
That does not surprise me.
No, and
At all.
and yet again, I would argue that this might actually be the second best one on this list in effectiveness, just because once again, that's assuming you're hitting the dead center of the upper hull.
Yeah.
Once
The
again,
Americans decided to do this whole like bulge thing, for the front of their holes.
right. And if you hit to the
Yeah.
right or the left at all, I saw some places where it got over 600 because of how
Yep.
far back it goes. So this is
I saw some places that hit over 700.
I saw some places that were less than 20.
I saw some places that were over 9,000.
Did you know the
Well, now
voice?
we're just playing Dragon Ball.
Did you know the voice actor of that guy? I don't know who the guy
I
is.
think it was Vegeta.
No, I know.
the character?
I don't know the characters. I know the voice actor though. He does All Might. So
Ah,
No way.
yeah.
Well, then I accept it.
All right. Well, yeah. T110E5. T110E5 is one of what I consider to be the most balanced tank. You have an upper plate that can block premium rounds. You have a turret that can block premium rounds. But then you have a weak spot on the lower plate where there should be, and you have a weak spot on the cupola where there should be. The weak
Yep.
spot on the
But it's a
cupola
very trolly cupola.
is very trolly. Yes. If you load your premium rounds, you still can't go through the turret or the hull, but you can go through the cupola a little bit easier and the lower plate a little bit easier. So you can kill this thing with standard through the front and with premium through the front, but it's not an auto win.
It takes more
loading your
skill,
premium.
though.
So I do like that tank. I like that kind of design where the A button doesn't just win you the game, and you can still kill them without pressing the A button. Or, for those of you on PC, the 2 key. Number 8.
For all our PC players. Wait, what about the Blitz players? What do they do?
All 10.
Oh, what do they do? There is no cupola on E5 on Blitz.
Are there even weak
Oh,
spots on
really?
Yeah, they got rid of it. It's the small. It's like it's got a small cupola. I think it's weaker now, but it's small.
That's unhistoric.
He's
Well,
gone.
What about this game is really historically accurate now?
The M3 Lee.
What else?
The, the French tanks. Having no armor. Until now, apparently. Okay. Next tank.
Next, rank 8.
Number 9.
No,
Number
that was
8.
number 8.
8.
Number 8 is the Panzerkampfwagen 7 with 414 effective. And the VK, I suppose it should be mentioned, the VK 72.01K. Both of the same hull,
Interesting.
or the same upper
Alright.
plate. 414. It's a 200. Is it 250 or 260 millimeters angled back? I forget. Either way, you're not going through this with premium rounds. Cough, cough. Jaeger is still laughing.
Oh dear.
It's not until you get to number 7 where the Jaeger suddenly realizes that it actually has to aim, but it doesn't have to aim too far because we're looking at the E100 at 432.
Hey!
And
There
of
we
course, the Jagdpanzer E100 and the Waffle E100, and yeah. But
They're all used to this by now.
we're all used to this. 432 millimeters of effective upper plate armor. That is a solid upper plate, and it's flat. You don't have to worry about any awkward angles like the IS-7 or the Object 260 or the T110E5. Like if you angle it, you don't have to worry about them still shooting you flat and penning you with heat. No, you angle it, it gets even more than that. You can get up to 500. What?
How much is the thickness? Just for if you're hit it flush.
200.
200. Oh, okay. So T92 is laughing.
T92 is still laughing, looking
T92
down at it.
says-
Yeah, it's like, haha, T92.
Yeah. I pen you now.
Yes. And then, of course, it has turret cheeks, and I have tested getting up to about 250 millimeters of penetration. You can go through the E100 turret no matter how much they angle. So I just said 250 millimeters, guys, but I meant 350. Sorry about that. You can
That's
go.
so sad.
Yeah, if they angle at a nice 40-degree angle, they can
Where
start
is
penning
this
to the
game
side.
gone?
Yeah, they can start penning the side of the turret. If they go less than that, like 30 degrees, you can still pen the front. So, unfortunately, the E100 is not Tank Destroyer Premium Round resistant when it comes to its turret. But this isn't about turrets. This is about hulls.
They need to give that tank a little bit of love, just a little bit of love.
Give it like 270 turret armor instead of 250.
Give it like another 75 millimeters. I feel like
Just
that would help the
space-
game
give
a lot.
Give it mercenary spaced armor.
There we go.
Put it on the lower
Boom.
plate and the turret front and the turret
That's
side
the
and
next
the turret
premium
cupola.
tank. I'm calling it right now. That's the next premium tier 10. It's just an E100 reskinned as a mercenary tank. There we go. Boom.
With, what gun should it get instead? Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah,
We'll give it a
E100.
double barrel gun.
Oh,
Double
no.
barrel.
Just an auto
There
No,
we go.
dude, because it's
Oh,
square shaped.
autoloader double barrel.
Because it's square shaped, I think you can get away with a quad barrel.
You're right.
turret's square.
Oh.
You know that
And
was a
let's-
natural thing, right?
Probably.
Since this is a mercenary tank,
The anti-air weapons.
since this is a mercenary tank, we can add anything we want, right? So let's give it the Swedish thing where it can like transform into like a transformer,
Into siege.
and then just
So it
start
can get, like, 12
slashing with a
degrees of under
sword,
pressure. Oh, it
Yeah.
transforms completely, like into
Yeah.
like a Decepticon or something.
Yeah, like Decepticon, transform into Megatron basically. Yeah, I feel like that would balance the game a lot.
Oh,
I feel like
absolutely.
just fighting a 40-foot tall giant rock monster. Oh, I've never seen that. Where we start putting mechs in that. That never hurts.
No, that would be a
That's
Japanese,
never been done
a
before.
Japanese tank. And then it would blow up Tokyo.
Yeah, they
You
call it
understand what I'm
Godzilla.
referring to, right?
Or Godzilla, for sure.
Mechs in World of Tanks. That's never been done before, right?
Oh no,
No,
that's
of course
never
not.
been done. Of course not.
That's
No,
such an
that's
original idea.
no, that doesn't
Wargamers would
exist.
never think of that.
No. Mechs and World of Tanks.
What?
You're so silly. And it's not like the game mode would be garbage. And where you sit
That
around
would
for
never
10 minutes,
happen.
just letting
World of
yourself
Tanks
get
be like,
farmed or
write
farming
that
the
down,
other
write
teams.
that down.
All right, number
This whole-
6. This shouldn't be a surprise. T110E3, 438 millimeters of armor.
Well done, T123. You
And-
do something right.
Yeah, the mantlet. If you shoot the mantlet, it's like 1600. So good luck.
Penetrated.
And somebody was telling me that the cupola of the T110E3 got nerfed. And Like you could pen it with premium rounds, and so I tried and I didn't. So then I looked at it in the armor viewer, console armor viewer, just to see if, because I didn't believe him, but I decided to give him the benefit of the doubt. No, it's still 250 effective. He lied. He's just clueless. He's like, cause I got penned in it. Somebody probably shot you with HE in it, because your whole roof isn't that strong. So you shoot it with HE and you do about half the damage, which is still significant.
Especially if you die from the hit, then it kind of shows you where you got hit from. So it probably looked like a penetration.
Yeah, you didn't get penned there, bud. Unless it was Jagdpanzer shooting heat. Or an
Even
E3. An E3 shooting heat can pen you. So if you're fighting another E3 and you shoot it, sorry, APCR.
Wait, yeah, I was about to be like, what? Anyways.
Moving on to number 5. Hey, this is a tank that you just played. Can you name it? Can you think of it?
Oh, I can name it. I know what it is. The one, the only, the overpowered tier 8 sensation.
The Defender. Object
The
252U. 440 millimeters of effective armor on that upper plate when it's not angled. On a
Insanity.
tier 8. Hello,
Tier 8.
Stock Cromwell. How are you doing today, buddy, old pal?
How are you doing today?
And I think
Oh
the
my
Cromwell is a lower
gosh.
profile, too, than the Defender, so it's going to be more like 500 for the Cromwell.
Wow. Woo.
Man, oh man.
Better
that's
press that A key twice.
just load HE, just hope you kill the driver or something.
Yep.
I don't even think that your HE will get through that thickness. I don't think you can do any damage
Well,
with HE.
oh,
With it.
there was this one time that
I'm
fired
gonna
700
punch you in the head.
Oh, this is a different story. Same
Oh, it's
guy.
a different story. Okay, is it the same guy though? It sounds like it.
And yeah, you could just mine into it. You know, it's like Minecraft. You just drill your way into it. You know, with HE rounds. Works every time. You should try it.
And then you start shooting that location.
It's a new patch.
Like, I tested that one time a long time ago where I shot a hole into somebody with AP and then I started shooting HE.
The same place?
Hole. Yeah, just to see if it would go through. It didn't work.
Shame.
That would be so cool though. You like,
Would
you get like, you get like you're platooned up with like an Object 268 with its heat shell, 152 millimeter heat shell. He puts it straight through like an E100 front, and then you're in your Leopard 1 and you start just putting HE shells through that hole.
That would be so funny. I love that.
Great.
You know what? All this would be possible if they got rid of Xbox 360. Then they could start putting in such cool, effects like that, realization stuff. That'd be so awesome.
Realism
They
and
could get rid of all the
realism.
lag. Yeah.
Have you seen update 4.12?
Well, here's hoping. Just get rid of Xbox 360. That's what it is.
Well,
We'll just
next
blame it on
gen
them.
is coming out soon.
Oh no, rip
That's
World
true.
Tanks Mercenaries.
We'll see what happens. Although Microsoft is actually doing a very soft transition. They're allowing the new games coming out to be backwards compatible with Xbox. They're going to be both released on Xbox One and is it the Xbox 2? Is that what they're calling it? Or the Xbox One X?
I don't give a care.
Oh, it's like Xbox Box,
Xbox
something like that. It looks like a
Box?
tower. Xbox Tower.
They made dumber and dumber names for this. We had the Xbox, then the 360, then the One, then the X, then the S, and then the L. Who knows? But that's coming out, so who knows? Maybe we'll see a transition to that, and a detransition, or transition from last gen to more current gens. One can hope.
One can hope, but you see,
one could hope.
hope is something that we've lost in the world because of World Tanks Mercenaries and the development team.
You know what?
You mean
You know what I want to try? Here's a video idea for you.
all-time favorite.
Video idea, you're gonna say it on here so they can see it.
Video idea. So you should have a video where you record, pull out your old Xbox 360, dust it off, plug it in, update, play the game, and then record. Like, do my shots go where they're supposed to go?
I was thinking of
are
that.
the graphics? Yeah.
I really
Like,
was.
see
The
if
only reason I
that's
haven't
what
pulled
the
it out
problem
is
is.
because of the controllers. I want to play on the Xbox One controllers.
Yeah.
They're so nice.
Yeah.
They really are.
Maybe there's like an adapter setting.
There's
There's
something you can buy out
probably.
there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Sure.
surprised.
Amazon has everything, right?
True.
But yeah, and then go on these maps and be like, wow, I didn't know that, I could do this and that because I don't have to worry about stupid grass in my way or stupid rebel, I don't have to worry about anymore,
What
It'd
is
be so much
graphics?
fun.
So
Yeah, who needs graphics?
So
No
I
one.
said top 13, but it's actually top 12, and you'll see what happens. Something happened. You see 1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
Yes, I do see that.
Why is that a thing?
Because you did this at 2 a.m., I'm assuming.
I probably did.
Everything.
So it's a top 12.
Rip.
So everything -1 to all the numbers we've listed so far.
Oh man, that's really hard. Do you think our viewers or listeners can do that?
Subtract?
Minus
I don't
We
know.
can do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Try
so
using vision.
not number
Yeah.
4, but number 3. Another Polish
Okay.
heavy tank, this time at tier 10, with 468 millimeters of effective upper plate armor,
It's-
the 60 TP.
There we go.
Yet
I thought
again,
that was pretty obvious.
yeah, the 60 toilet paper, 60 ply toilet paper. Yet again,
Big stuff, guys.
it's you ain't going through that.
When you really need to go to war.
Yet again, it has a driver's hatch on it that you can auto lock, and it's a very inconvenient place.
Thanks for letting me know now. You know, it's fine.
Oh yeah, you were.
I just haven't been around ever, so
Yeah.
you know, could have been useful in some of my fights. But
But
thanks
yeah,
for letting
it's,
me know.
it's the tier 10 super heavy, the Polish super heavy with. It's a 152. It's got the same alpha as an E100. It gives the E100 a run for its money, but it lacks DPM, and it lacks gun handling.
Interesting.
And E100 kind of, in regards to its gun, E100 puts it to shame.
Yeah, the U100 is actually a really nice tank. You know, gun handling and just everything. Besides, like the gigantic turret. Yeah, I like that tank. It's a good
Yep.
tank.
Number 2, another Polish heavy tank, but this time it's a tier 8 premium.
What?
Man, these
At
Polish.
No way.
number 2.
Who would have thought
with
after being conquered by
4
2 nations, they would produce such powerful tanks?
471 millimeters of effective upper plate armor.
Whoa.
It's a 50 TP proto. And don't let its numbers deceive you. It's got 2 big old cupolas on top, and it's fighting. Its driver's hatch is even bigger than before, but its hull is V-shaped and angled way back. It's ridiculous. But it's angled so far back, there's almost no hull. That's why it's so effective. And its lower plate is huge. But if you're going to auto-lock this thing, you might hit its driver's hatch, or you're going to bounce off with a Jagdpanzer 100. Because 471.
Interesting.
So
Seems
aim
balanced.
for one of the cupolas.
Yeah, aim for a cupola, aim for the driver's hatch, aim for the lower plate, aim for the tracks if it's angled at all. There you go, and you can deal with it. But number 1, I was
I'll have to
glad.
play that tank now.
I haven't, you know. You should come over sometime and try it. Number 1
Okay.
is a tank that's been in the game for quite a while, and one I was very, very happy to see on this list.
Is it the M3 Lee?
No, it's the Grant. No, okay.
It is the Abram M1A2 Abrams. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's just
If you complete Winter Games, you get the M1A1. They don't want to get to the A2 yet. That's
No.
Oh, that makes sense.
Too
Yeah.
sophisticated.
Yeah, they only want the 468 millimeters of sable rounds or whatever it is.
Yeah, in the range of 4 miles.
Holy
With
cow.
the hull of 700 millimeters of effective hull armor and over 1,000 millimeters of effective turret armor.
Yeah.
With the power to summon the mass forces of the U.S. Army and
Yes,
all of its
and-
laser cannons.
If you get a good crew, you can have about a 3 seconds reload.
You know, it'd be great. They should
That's
introduce
pretty
like
insane,
tier
honestly. Boom.
tier 11
It's better than
artillery.
an autoloader, honestly, having somebody reloading. The average, I heard, was about 6 to 7 seconds, but a really experienced soldier can get them in
4.
every 3 seconds, 3 to 4 seconds. It's insane.
Yeah.
But no, that's not it. That's the Object 263, Russian Tier 10 tank destroyer.
Oh.
Tier 3, you said?
Object 263, Mr. Deaf Boy.
Oh, tier 10. Well, I'm sorry.
Tier 10.
I have a headphone in the only ear that works.
He's not wrong.
Oh, one year that works. Fair enough.
486 millimeters of effective upper plate armor, 250 millimeters angled back at something ridiculous like 50 degrees or something like that.
Wow.
It's a good hull. It's definitely one that I always struggle with when I can't see its lower plate. Somebody said, "Oh, they nerfed the gun shield because they made it bigger, so you can't shoot past it anymore when it turns its gun." But they nerfed like the armor on the gun shield now. I still bounce off that even with premium rounds. So shut up. But you can go through it with premium rounds. If it's hiding its lower plate, it's pretty tough to go through. But if it's not hiding its lower plate, you hit it in the fuel tank, you hit it in the engine because those are both frontal mounted. If you have the side, you hit it in the side, you ammo rack it. It has to be facing the front, and this thing is open top, so it's like a basketball hoop for artillery.
My favorite.
If you
So
miss,
you've got,
you do like 200 damage. If you hit, you full pen.
Exactly.
Easy game.
if you're fighting one of these, it's really interesting because you cannot pen it if it's hiding its lower plate if you're shooting premium rounds. However, if you're above it at all, You could have 0 millimeters of penetration and pen it with HE because there is no roof. Just shoot it straight in. Boop.
Kaboom.
Good game. Good game. Oh, did you want to hear my tier 11 idea for the Americans?
No, but you're gonna tell us anyway.
Absolutely. They should just have an orbital cannon, like a laser from the sky, so that way it's just like directly down, just top-down view. I feel like that would really help the stay of the game,
It would prevent camping.
It's Hitler's death ray, The one he had the idea where he just takes a giant dome of glass and sends it to space, so it's a giant death ray. Although he had that idea until the scientists told him that's not how science works.
Sure it is. They just need more science.
Clearly.
Wow.
Anyways, that was a very informative list. Thank you very much for sure.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I think we'll have lists like that every single week. I like those kinds of lists. Like,
me too.
This game is all about knowledge, in my opinion, and even these simple top 10 lists. It's in the back of your mind, and you're gonna get out in the game. You're like, oh, that's an object 260. I'm not gonna waste my time shooting his upper plate. I'm gonna shoot him in his weak spots. I'm going to try to find a place to pen him that's not his upper plate. Because if you're hitting somebody's upper plate in almost any tank, you're doing it wrong, realistically. Especially heavies.
You know what I do when I don't know everything, when I'm not informed?
You win?
I just press the A button.
You press the A button.
Works every time.
Well, if you don't know where to pen somebody, try penning the lower plate with the cupola. Okay? Like, those are weak... Usually, on 98% of tanks, those are weak spots.
I'd give it like 97.
97, okay.
Yeah.
3 out of 100, well, good luck. Oh, the super Pershing? Oh, yeah, you mean it's Ghost Cupolas?
Yeah, dude, what the heck is up with that?
The right cupola is there, but it's not. You will ghost through it. For some reason, it's textured in, but it's not modeled in.
So weird.
I
remember when like the tubes, they used to be hitboxes, and then they removed it.
Yeah,
it used to be super easy to hit.
They made it tough. You can only pen... Well, technically, the right one is the one you're supposed to hit, but when you're facing, it's the left one. So that's the one you want to aim at when you're trying to pen it. Or the turret ring.
Fun times.
Or you could still go through the machine gun, because that's 76 millimeters. Right on the front. Pen that with hash. Or you can load heat and go straight through. Just go through.
So, guys, guess what weak? Heat is weak against space armor. That's what I was told.
As I load my heat and go through 3 layers of space armor through the front of the super Pershing.
Well, there's like one layer. There's like it is lower. Like, don't hit the lower plate with the heat because that won't work. But the upper plate, like the 3 layers of space armor are so close together, it doesn't really count as space armor.
Well, yeah, and heat is weak against angled space armor. That's the catch. People keep telling me heat is weak against tracks. I go through tracks and haul all the time with heat. It's just if they're angled, then you might have an issue.
Interesting.
Heat is better against angled armor most of the time. Heat is fine against spaced armor most of the time. But you put those two together, heat is going to bounce off.
I have to test this now.
You have to test this now? Yeah, sure, go for it.
Yep.
Again, AK Fisherman has left the chat.
I like how you corrected yourself halfway through. Like, oh, nope, Cake, just call him AK. Gotta finish
AK. Oh, Fisher of
men.
I gotta save myself.
So I think last week,
well done.
didn't we mention? Oh man, I wish we had a tomato on the podcast, so it wasn't just us.
Yeah, so we brought.
We got our wish.
Yeah, we got our wish. AK's back. I mean,
AK has left the chat.
Just keep it tally.
Yeah, but yeah, now we have co-host Dan, the original co-host, who is hopefully here to stay. Last week he would have been on the show, but I didn't invite him.
Yeah, thanks for that.
True story.
That's the story. It was like, hey, you're leaving, Elijah. First name basis to Idaho. There's like 6 people who live in Idaho, so they'll be able to figure that out one day.
Oh, and AK Fisherman really has left the chat, and now he's back.
But I was like,
had to change my name real quick. It's done.
All right.
His name is now let's see. His name is now Faramir.
Faramir. That's quite an interesting.
I like that's the first name that comes to your mind.
I'm
That's
currently
great.
reading through Lord of the Rings, so it's just.
Oh.
What were we talking about? What was I about to make a point about?
See?
Tomato.
I ruined it.
Well, you're here. You're a tomato.
Yes, here I am.
You go. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, last week it
Dang
was
it.
AK was leaving to Idaho, and I was like, let's just record this, and it was late. It was 1 in the morning.
It was
Are we
great.
surprised?
No, so
No.
we
was
just
great.
did it. I'm like, I'm not gonna call Dan. He can sleep, and get this done. And then next week we'll get him on back on the show. So that's what we did.
Yeah.
That is
There we
what
go.
we did. But what's in the
He's
game right
dead.
now? Right?
Thanks.
Tanks. The Panzerknacker.
Is it
Auto.
me?
Do you know what that is? Do any of you know what
Yes.
a
I'm
Panzerknacker
assuming it's a tank that knacks things. I have no idea.
is? Well, they took a Jagdpanther, Tier 7 tank
Yep.
destroyer. Mm-hmm.
Yep. It
They
looks
mo-
just like the Tier 7.
It is, exactly. Armor Model 2, just the health is different. And they moved it up to Tier 8.
Okay. Okay.
And you think, ooh, I bet you they gave it a better gun.
Oh,
No,
it's
it has
not.
it has the 88. It doesn't even have the 105,
Interesting.
but it has an autoloader.
oh,
Free
okay.
round. But it's
This keeps to the theme of World Tanks.
but you're a Tier
Just
8
reskin
tank
it and throw an
destroyer.
autoload.
You're a
Easy.
Tier 8 tank destroyer with 212 millimeters of penetration. And you can fight Tier 10s.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have less You have about average penetration for a Tier 8 medium, actually.
Cool.
You
You
are
know.
going
You know
to.
what? The IS-6 wishes it had that much.
It does, but it has the same exact gun that the Jag Tiger 8.8 has. That has
Oh, and that doesn't even
preferential.
see Tier 10.
That does
Yeah,
not
it
see
doesn't.
Tier 10, and it has a 4 seconds reload, and so it doesn't need an autoloader to reach 3,300 whatever DPM it is.
No.
So
And it has a much better money.
Oh
Multiplier.
yeah, it does have a better
Yeah.
credit multiplier as well. I mean, I played 3 games in it today, not the Jag Tiger 88, but the Panzerknacker. You can see my review on YouTube. And to make things simple, it's not very good. I aced it twice, but that's not
Okay.
saying much.
Interesting.
Well, how many people even use the tank?
Nobody, because
Well, there you go.
you have to right now. Currently, you can't buy it yet. You'll be able to buy it later this month, but it's only for people who have dedicated their lives, hearts, and souls to the commander mode for the last 6 months, 5 months, whatever it's
Cool.
been. It comes out 1 week every month, and you have to play a flippin' ton of games, and then you can get yourself a Panzerknacker, which is not even that good. So if you have to pay for it, I say nay. Stay away. Go get a Scorpion G.
Gotcha.
Go get an Iron Rain
Yeah.
Borsig. Go get the original OG Kanonen Jagdpanzer with the 88. The Kanonen Jagdpanzer with the 88 has 238.5 millimeters of penetration. RNG rounds up,
Yeah.
so that means it's 239 actually, even though it's displayed as 238. And the premium rounds on the what was it, Panzerknacker,
Hands in hand.
have 237. You have less penetration on your premium APCR rounds on your 88 than the Kanonen Jagdpanzer does on its 90.
That's
Seems
sad.
balanced.
Hmm.
Yeah. You know what? I'm okay with that though because they've been releasing some seriously sick, nasty OP premium tanks. So why would they make the one that you don't have to pay for overpowered? You know,
You're not
they should
wrong.
make the one that you work for terrible, so that you feel worse about your life after.
You should have gave us the money, guys.
Why?
You paid
Why
the money,
reward
guys,
our
you
players
deserve
who
it.
have been playing the game mode that apparently no one likes or
Right.
doesn't play? I don't know. I mean, honestly though, I love the idea of commander mode and just playing it made me feel like I could do a lot of fun things with it. You know, it was different, but I didn't really see the appeal or the reward. You know,
And you have to play way
especially
too
for
much.
people who don't rent tanks or who don't have tanks, so they have to rent. You know,
Oh, yeah.
that seems like a huge waste of money. I read one of your guys' comment, one of your commenters, one of your subscribers, one of his comments, and he said that, yeah, he like rented the Scorpion G for that game mode for 6 months or 3 months or whatever, and he played one game of Commander mode, and he was like, I'm out. And it's like, wow, that's so sad, you know?
Yeah, and people were. I was told that the game is pay to win. You have to buy tanks. You have to buy premium tanks to win. And I do have a video where I played nothing but Tech Tree tanks, and we were crushing people with them. And I would almost argue that
Yeah.
the Tech Tree tanks are actually better for that mode because they have the more DPM. They have like the interesting turrets like the T-32. Then you have like Charioteers and Borsigs for tank destroyers, and you have the Centurion one for your medium tank. So those do well, but for a free-to-play player, they probably don't have all those 8s anyway.
Yeah.
Not only do they not have premium tanks, they probably haven't ground that many lines because they don't have the silver and they don't have the experience, and they usually sell the tanks that they've ground through already because that's the only way you can afford the next tank.
Yeah, I mean,
But
how
I
many
do
hours
appreciate
is
that they have a.
Too many.
I do appreciate that they have real players because, like, start of the commander mode, I thought it would be myself as a commander versus another commander, and that would have been interesting to have like two guys like duking it out with their tanks that they kind of just like, and then just see how the AI interacts with each other.
They
But
do
then they
have
decided
that.
to put real players in the tank. Wait, really?
If there's if there do not many people play as commander, I mean a lot do, but usually there's a lot more players than there are commanders, and
Really?
so they'll throw the tankers in. But if you're like if it's nighttime, if you get on when there's not many people online, they'll put commander versus commander. It's pretty cool.
Oh,
But
Well,
that's
there we
even
go.
easier
I
in my
don't know.
mind. Like that was like playing against players is easy, but then playing against another commander, it's even easier
Really?
because now it's just one guy you're trying to outsmart, not 6 or 7. It's one guy,
gotcha.
and you have to outsmart him
true.
9 times, and he has to outsmart you 9 times because
Gotcha.
there's 9 tanks on each team, and so it's
Yep.
it's fairly easy to outplay them if you think a little bit harder than they do, which is doesn't seem to be that hard in this game. People think.
Apparently not.
Think.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I say. I say you should think.
Use your mind.
So I released a video.
Shocking.
I did on my YouTube channel, and it's called the Manticore Theory. Manticore
Okay.
light tanks.
I watched
British
it.
light tanks. Did you? You did. You did. Good. I'm glad. I'm happy. Made some points about why I think the British light tanks are going to come out next. And later that day, Wargaming responded, not to me,
Naturally.
but to the community, clearly to spite me. And they were just like, "Oh, guys, guess what? Tank line is." They announced it on stream, not even online, just on their stream that they had. And they're like, "Oh, guess what? The Swedish mediums are coming soon." But they haven't given any other information other than that, which tells me that they only said that because of my video. Because everyone was like, "Oh, the British are coming next. The British are coming next. Tell us why the British are coming next." And so I'm happy. My video did what it needed to do, and it got some information out of Wargaming. They're so easy to
Wow.
play. They really are.
When some guy less than 10,000 subscribers has
I
more
have over
influence than
10,000.
all the entire what is it, community content managers.
Yep. So that was pretty funny. I got what I wanted, which was a response from Wargaming to give us information about what's coming next by saying this is probably coming next, and then having them realize, oh no, he's wrong. We better give a response because now the community is coming after us about what's coming next. And
Yep.
so it worked. So I'm happy. They said they didn't say they're coming next though. They just said the
Coming
Swedish
soon.
medium tanks are coming soon.
Soon's relative.
Soon is relative. It could still be the light tanks, and I still think it is. And people were coming to me, messaging me, emailing me, sending me Discord messages, and commenting on my videos saying, "Oh, Wargaming have responded. They said the Swedish tanks are next." I watched the video. I'm like, no. They said the Swedish tanks are soon. And that was definitely in response to my video, just so that people were like, "Oh, Clone Guy's a liar." I wasn't a liar. It was a theory. But that
Gotcha.
video got such positive feedback. It was unbelievable. People like, we really want to see more theory videos. I'm like, all right,
Yep.
let's get
Oh,
some
they
more
also want
theories
to see
going.
a meme video. That'd be great.
Yes, meme.
I wish I was there
next
for the
week.
meme video
Oh,
because
dear.
I could just compile a bunch of memes that I find and
I
then just have you
compile them.
look at them fresh.
Oh, I see. First, I see. But I just took
Yeah.
a bunch of them. I just took a bunch of random ones off of Twitch, not Twitch, off of Discord, and we'll see if I've hopefully forgotten some
okay.
of them. And we'll look at them, laugh at them, and then have people vote which ones they think are the best. And they're pretty much all by the same person.
Hey, good job, same person.
he
You're
won-
guaranteed to win.
The meme. So his memes are really funny, and
Uh-huh.
some of them are really offensive against Wargaming, which is fine.
Oh dear.
But he actually won Meme of the Week or something like that,
Uh-huh.
which is put together by Raybot.
Oh dear.
Wow.
And it was like his worst one. It was
That's
his
so
worst.
sad.
And the reason it won was because it was supporting buying premium tanks.
Oh,
It was.
that's
It showed a super Pershing, and then underneath it, it said because it was January 1st when he released this one. underneath it said it showed the freedom, and it said "New Year, New Me." So it was about buying reskins, and
Yeah.
so they were like, meme of the week right there, boom.
It's not even funny.
Wow.
No,
Really?
it wasn't. He's got other ones. Like there was one. It showed this guy about to body slam. It's a drawing about this like guy who was about to body slam this this girl, like imminent doom, and it said Object 279E. That was the name of the guy, and then underneath it said the girl was titled Matchmaker in 5 days. And it was completely spot on, so it was pretty funny.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
That's a funny one,
Oh.
but I guarantee that's not one that they would, oh, this
Yeah.
is a little bit offensive. It's showing somebody about to get hurt.
Right?
And pointing out
Oh.
mistakes.
Yeah. Oh, if for those of you who are listening, here's a little Easter egg for you. Go to Clone Guys and
Wait,
go
say that
to
again.
the
You cut out just a moment.
Oh, go to Clone Guys latest and go
Latest
to
video.
the 24th second mark, and then just pause and play, frame, until you get the 25th second, and you'll get an Easter egg surprise. You're welcome.
Wait,
Have
what?
a nice day.
On my latest video?
Yeah,
The Panzerknacker?
yeah.
It's
It's an Easter egg.
Doing something weird.
So
Okay,
There-
wait. I gotta see this. We're gonna get this going live. What you guys want to see it? Oh, you right there?
Yeah, pulling it up right now.
All right, he's pulling up right now. You're gonna hear what happens. You're not gonna see what happens. All right, let's see what happened.
The whistle.
What was that? What was that? This popped up for a moment.
What
What was that?
see, I told you. I have quick eyes, my friend. I can see anything, frame by frame. I see it.
Oh,
Listen
I
again.
saw it too. Hold on.
It was. I think.
Oh, I think I
YouTube
know
up
what it
next.
is.
Yeah, I used OBS.
Here's
First.
the
All right,
end
don't
of
say it
the
now.
video.
Don't say it.
Yeah.
It's Easter egg.
An Easter egg. Okay, so go
Easter
watch
egg.
it. All right, it's the
Don't tell them.
Panzerknacker tank
The
review.
end of the Easter egg. That's what it was.
Panzerknacker auto tank review, I guess, an Easter egg, so you can
Check
see.
it out. Give it some views. Give him some money. We all know he needs it.
My ad revenue's been down, but my view count has been way up, so I don't know what's going on with YouTube.
Welcome to YouTube.
It doesn't make any
Oh,
sense.
Yeah, it's welcome to literally
Oh,
welcome to YouTube.
Also, we must say congratulations for Clone Guy passing the 10K subscriber mark. Congratulations.
For now.
Everything.
For now.
Da-da-da.
It's
Yeah.
10.2,
Congratulations.
so I think he's going to be over it. We'll see, though.
That's true.
All right.
Does that mean I should stop paying for subscriber bots?
I'm gonna have to cut that out.
Oh no!
You know
Oh,
what
no.
YouTube's gonna do to me?
But yeah, no, that's. Congrats.
Thank you. You're cutting out badly, and I don't
You know,
appreciate it.
you're cutting out. We're even worse.
Oh yeah?
Ah.
I'll show you cutting out. Where's my nut?
Oh, my goodness.
Dan holds it.
Hey, I've had
Where's
enough
the-
knives in
That's
there for one
true,
night
that's
down
true.
here.
Where's the pay-to-win version of Discord? Bring it to me now.
Nitrous or something like
I must
that?
have. Wait, is that for real?
Yeah, you can get like all these emojis and pull them over from server to server. I have certain people who pay for nitrous or nitro, and one of them was his name Dwarf on Drugs, I think. It doesn't matter who it was really, but he joined the Discord server, and I'm like, hey, welcome to this Discord server. That's how I talk when I welcome people. And he said,
Okay.
I'm not really here. I'm only here for your emotes.
Ha!
Because we have all these Raybot emotes and,
Nice.
and tanks are emotes, and it's pretty
That is
funny.
so funny.
And he's like,
I love that.
so yeah.
They are the best.
We got banned by Raybot, or casually banned. I think it was. What are they called?
Yeah.
Scared of success,
cover-ups?
disbelief. You did what? Death stare. Casually banned. 29 IQ. That's what they're all called.
Nice.
And what's the tank sword one?
There's the tank? Oh, yes. Disbelief.
Oh, that's the disbelief one.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we have the
Did you?
AMX 30 bot, which is an AMX 30B
With her face on.
with her face coming. We replaced the cupola with her face.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. We're terrible
Oh
people.
dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's
Just a little bit.
all the meat
Just
tape.
a little bit. But then
Not
we have
gonna lie.
we have the Elon 100 in there. We have
That's funny. Yeah.
we have circumflexes in there.
Oh, okay.
which I stole from
Did you
not
pick
Circumflex.
your-
Sorry, not
did you pick your-
Circumflexes. It was Mighty Jingles, which I stole from Circumflexes. We even have somebody
Gotcha.
from Studio C called it, and we called it Enraged Mode, named after the T-14, of course.
Naturally, yes.
Yeah.
Did you have your 3 emotes picked for Twitch yet?
Yeah, well, it's gonna be the Elon 100. Then we're gonna have the Amex. No, do we want the Amex 30 bot?
No, I think we want definitely. We need a rave out.
We do. We're gonna have
I
the.
like the casually banned.
We're gonna
I
do
like
the
that.
casually banned one because she's like, "Woo, doo, doo," looking away, like nothing happened. And we're gonna have
Yeah.
the tanks or disbelief one because those two are always streaming, and that way people, when they're subscribed, they can go to their stream
Yeah.
and then post them and then get banned. So
Like they have done.
they're gonna get banned immediately.
Oh my gosh.
It gets under his skin, I believe.
It does.
Dude.
It does.
It's beautiful.
That's funny.
Because they went through a time of just banning people out in the forums for asking why I got banned. They were trying to cover
Really?
it up so bad. Oh yeah, I had.
Wow.
And people didn't believe me, and so I said, okay, just go on the forums and ask why did you ban Clone Guy, and you'll get banned. And someone's like, all right, I'm gonna go do that. And he messages me like an hour later, yeah, I got banned.
Wow.
Like wow,
Wow.
it's
Okay.
amazing. They tried to cover it up. Oh, and then on stream they're like, yeah, we're in good relations with Clone Guy.
Really?
And then last week they called me Clown Guy by accident.
And then you come on the stream.
Was
Really,
it
I
an
would like to know
accident,
this.
Was it an accident? I don't think
I think
so.
it was. It might have been. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Oh, we're in
I
good
think
relations
there's a
with Clone
mistake
Guy.
for more games.
We're in good relations with Clone Guy. You don't even let me talk to you. I would love to be in good relations with you guys again, but you don't let me be. So
That's because you do one piece of criticism, which was constructive. Hey?
I criticized the mech mode. How dare you?
Clone guy, this is what we call a long distance relationship.
And then I criticized the mech mode, and then Raybot messages me, PMs me. So your video went against the code of the CCs or whatever it's called. Like this is completely against what you signed when you joined. I'm like, what I signed when we joined? Like I made a video and here it is.
Here we go.
And then what she said in the forums was, and on stream was, oh, Clone Guy didn't get banned from the CC. He asked to be removed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, all right, show me a screenshot of that. And on my channel, of course, I showed some screenshots of me, of the conversation that happened when I got removed, and there was no, hey, just remove me from the CC program. I don't want to be part of it, or whatever it is I was supposedly saying.
Right?
And
Yeah.
so it's just, it's funny. It's funny. It's a funny story. It really is at this point, because
It is. It is. funny.
it's really interesting. And my channel has grown a lot since then.
Like what? 4 times as much?
At the time we were just hit 2,000, yeah. So
Yeah,
now we're
so-
at 5 times more.
About 5 times then. Yeah.
Wow.
It's now 5 times larger.
Yeah, thank you. That's the best thing they've ever done for me.
The Grand Army of the
Getting
is growing.
getting
guys.
kicked from getting kicked from the CC was the best thing that ever happened to me. I encourage all CCs out there to get kicked.
Oh dear.
Fair enough. There we go.
This
Oh, man,
podcast is
that'd be
going
so
along,
funny.
So we should probably start wrapping it up.
That-
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, Mom.
That's why we have them
Someone's gotta
here.
be the adult here.
Yeah, I did say I want these to be on hour long, each run an hour and 7, but we have about 7 minutes we have to cut off anyway. Maybe
Yeah.
more.
And you know it's gonna take us a good 10 minutes to wrap up. So,
All right. Well,
like your
Thank you all
parents
for
when you
joining
try
us
to
this
leave
week.
Leave church. Just don't leave.
They just don't.
yeah, super relatable. Actually, that's me. My family ditches like super quickly, and I'm the one who has to lock up the
Yeah,
church.
Dan gets
So
left behind all the time.
That's
Hey.
so funny. Well, wait, is
Now that I
that
drive
is that
myself.
is that everyone or just his family? I'm kidding.
It was always just him.
No, for real, I
okay.
did get left everywhere. I just
He
did.
left at my house, left at karate, left at church. Like,
Oh
oh,
my
wait,
gosh.
Dan. Oh well.
Oh well. What
Wait. Oh well.
I
Bye.
don't think they were leaving. I don't think it was an accident. I think they just were trying to get rid of you. Couldn't
They
you
must
take?
have been.
Couldn't you take the hint?
Kept
I
on coming
I'm
back.
just really oblivious. So I just don't care.
I super relate to that.
For real.
Anyways, yeah.
All right.
Speaking of obliviousness, thank you all for watching and listening to our podcast. You know, if you've been staring at this blank screen this whole time, good on you. You know,
We gotta put a
congratulations.
graphic in there.
No.
We
You
gotta
know,
put
if,
something.
No,
if
it's gotta
if
be
you
nothing.
complain about it enough, maybe Clone Guy will actually add some video content for
It's
us to
going
look
to
at.
be no, none, zero, because I plan to have this on iTunes. There's gonna be
Don't
nothing.
worry, everyone. Don't
Nothing.
worry, guys. I'm fighting for your rights.
Nothing.
Don't worry.
No,
Something
you
about
have
the
no
graphic
rights.
You guys.
graphic clone guy.
There are. This is a democracy.
No,
Wait, where's the
it's
meme
a
with
privilege
Obi-Wan and
to listen to
Anakin?
this, not a right.
For the democracy. Empire.
Your new empire.
All new empire.
This is an empire, ladies and gentlemen.
I think my allegiance is to the Republic.
Oh,
Oh
dear.
my goodness. But yeah, it's so that your battery doesn't die while you're listening if you're driving in your car or whatever. It's it's better that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
This is a reason. There's a method behind my madness.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you could just post on the SoundCloud for free.
No, I want to get it on iTunes, which will be
Yeah,
free.
get on iTunes. That'd be fun.
Well, then,
Yeah.
Or do Spotify.
No, they have to
You're
approve
gonna-
it. They're gonna some random dude
Yeah,
is gonna
I-
listen to this, has no clue what's going on,
iTunes
and has to approve it.
And the podcast app.
Podcast
I don't
app. Or do Spotify.
No, that's
Not
what
all of us
that's.
have
I'm
Apples.
talking about the
Some
iTunes
people have
podcast
the better
app.
phones, such as the Galaxy S10.
I want the podcast app.
Or the S10.
That's what I want to get on. Don't worry, we'll get it on there eventually, guys. I promise you. And then you can just download it and listen to it on your phone or your
right.
iPod if you have one like me, because I'm so old school.
Yes.
It's great. I love it. I can listen to music because that's what it's made for. Is
There you go.
music. But
All right.
and podcast.
Well,
All right. Well, then until the next podcast.
Inshallah. And next week, every Sunday evening, so you can have it on Monday for work.
Indeed.
And I like with the podcast format, we can bring guests on. How great would it be to get some Zeta guys in here, or even like a real content creator?
A real content creator.
Imagine getting like somebody from PC,
Well, official content creators.
an official, somebody who hasn't been kicked from CC. So
Yeah.
not Sir Fox. No, okay.
we should get Cookie Baby on here. That'd be great.
Well,
We'd have some fun. We
yeah,
could like
we'll-
banter about.
We'll have
things.
to get a lot bigger before we do anything
And
like
then,
that.
then we can like talk in British with him. It'd be great.
Oh dear. I think
Well,
it's scary.
good eye, chat. What's going on? How's your day playing World of Tanks? Why, that's just limity gimmity. How could this possibly be? So you're enjoying yourself, playing tier 10, shooting your premium rounds while playing the 2790? Well, that sounds quite blimey. In fact, that sounds like console right now. In fact, the games sound identical, except you can get stunned and have a good development team. My goodness, you've got it good. Like that?
Well, we just offended half the world.
Offended. It's a
All
tiny
right,
island.
and with that,
We should be ended.
I've been AK.
I'm,
This has been Double Tracks.
I am.
For all of us
I'm.
not first
I'm
base.
Clone Guy or Solomon. I don't care what you call me at this point. You can call me
Yep.
the Moof Milker or Diaper Boy. I don't care.
And I am not Clone Guy 72. I was about to
That's-
say that. I am the co-host Dan,
Co-host Stan,
also known as the Next Guy 100.
and War the Halo,
Peace out, boys.
and a
Peace
Deaf
out.
Boy.
Yes.
The Deaf one.
A.K.A. Fisher of Men has left the chat.
All right. Thanks, guys. Yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys next week. Banter,
See you next
banter on. Have fun. Enjoy the game for what it is, and yeah, take care. Peace. Don't get double tracked.